Hello guys, today we will discuss cabinet mission plan. This mission plan was a plan given by the British government to resolve the constitutional deadlock in India. In 1946, the conditions of India were not favorable because of multiple reasons. There were constitutional deadlock, there was constitutional deadlock, there were political issues, and there were economic issues. There was a constitutional deadlock because of the not unanimity or not the not consensus between Muslim League and Congress because of the after the failure of Shimla conference, the constitutional deadlock emerged in India. And on the other hand, there were political issues because of the quarrels between Muslim League and Congress. They were fighting with each other. There was a political fight between Muslim League and Congress, and because of there were political issues and there were economic issues as well, because a number of Indians became jobless after the World War II. Especially the armed personnel who were providing their services in army became jobless at the end of the World War II, and Indian economy had to absorb all those jobless people. So the conditions were miserable in India, and it was very important to resolve these issues. And to resolve these the other issues, the political issues and economic issues, it was very important to resolve the constitutional issue. So in order to resolve the constitutional deadlock in India, British decided to send a mission to India in 1946. Today we will discuss about, or today we will discuss on the composition of the mission plan, or sorry, mission, and the background of that mission. First, let's see the background of mission. On February 1946, Lord Attlee, the Prime Minister of Britain, announced that a special mission consisting of 3 cabinet members would be sent to India to discuss the constitutional issue with Viceroy and Indian politicians. And on 15th March 1946, Lord Attlee made another statement during a debate in House of Commons. He said that I am well aware that I speak of a country containing congrees of races, religions and languages, and I know well the difficulties thereby created, but these difficulties can only be overcome by Indians. We are mindful of the rights of minorities. On the other hand, we cannot allow a minority to place a veto on the advance of a majority. So guys, in this statement there were 3 important messages. First, he said that he is well aware or he is well aware that he is speaking to a country which is comprised of congrees of races, religions and languages. That is, the India is a country in which there is not a single nation. Rather, there are different races, religions and languages. So there is a high diversity in India. And the another thing, he said that he is well aware about the difficulties, but these difficulties are created by these congrees of races and languages, and these difficulties can overcome by Indians only. And he said that he is mindful of the rights of minorities, but he will not allow a minority to place veto on the advance of a majority. This message was not a good message for Muslim League, but it was a good message for Congress, because in this message he said that he will not allow a minority to place veto on advance of majority. That is, he will not allow the Muslim League demand of the division of India, because Congress was representing minority and Muslim League was representing Congress was representing majority and Muslim League was representing a minority, a Muslim community which was a minority. So he said that he will not allow minority to place or to advance of a majority. So this was a hint given to Muslim League that he is going to reject their demand of the division of India. So this was not a good message for the Muslim League. Hence, Jinnah made a counter statement. He said that we acknowledge the Hindu majority of India, but the Muslims are a separate nation and they must have the right of self-determination. Jinnah said that we accept that Hindus are in majority, but Muslims must not be considered as a minority because they are not a community, rather, they are a separate nation. Once it's accepted that Muslims are a separate nation, they are different from Hindus, and we reject the Indian nationality. We reject the point that in India there is a single nation. Rather, there are we are saying that there are multiple nations in India. Hindus and Muslims, they are totally different nations. So once it is accepted that they are different nations, now the question of minority and majority is automatically ruled out. And Muslims are a separate nation, and they must have the right of self. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, so the Muslims must have the right of self-determination. This statement by Jinnah was made to clear the confusion present, or the confusion present in Lord Atlee's mind while he was considering Muslims as a minority, and he was stressing that he will not allow the minority to veto on the advance of majority. Now, as promised by the Lord Italy to send a mission, that mission arrived to India on 24th March 1946. This mission was comprised of three cabinet members. First was the A.V. Alexander, he was the first Lord of Admiralty. Second was the Stafford Cripps, he was the President of Board of Trade. And the third was Lord Patrick Lawrence, he was the Secretary of State of India. So these all three members were also members of British cabinet. This is the reason why this mission is also called the cabinet mission. Now, after coming to India, they made a thorough discussion with Indian politicians about the constitutional issue in India, but these discussions were not successful because all leaders were stick to their points, and they were not ready to come on a single point. For example, Abul Kalam Azad demanded for a federal government with autonomous provinces, while Gandhi demanded to make CR formula as the base of discussion. CR formula, the Chakravarti Raj formula, was given by a Congress leader, Chakravarti Raj Gopal Acharya, and this formula was an unsuccessful attempt by CR to make some consensus between Congress and Muslim League, although he was failed because Jinnah had rejected this formula, and Gandhi demanded that this formula must be made as the base of the discussion, while Jinnah demanded for the division of India. So you can see that the leaders were not unanimous on a single point. In order to, or an as an attempt to make these leaders agree on a single point, the mission called a tripartite conference at Shimla from 5th to 12th May 1946. This tripartite conference was attended by three mission members, four congressmen, Abul Kalam Azad, Nehru, Patel, and Ghaffar Khan, and four Muslim leaguers, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Liaquat Ali Khan, Muhammad Ismail Khan, and Abdul Rab Nishtar. So this conference was attended by three main delegates, the mission members, Congress, and Muslim League. But this conference was again failed because the leaders were not unanimous on a single point. Congress was stressing for the continuity of the unity of India, while Muslim League was demanding for the division of India, and neither of the party was agreed on the other's demand. Hence, the conference was failed. When the conference when the conference failed, the mission made a plan by themselves and presented that plan, and we will discuss that plan in the coming lecture video. So the lecture is continued on the cabinet mission plan.